And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we get started, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Yes.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rachel.
Dees.
You have a very cool intro topic today. I'm very excited to talk about it.
Okay, good. I thought this would be an interesting talking point. So the backstory behind it is that I run a campaign for D&D at my house on opposite weekends from when we record the podcast. And we're coming up on the end of the campaign. And last game, so literally yesterday, one of the players, his character is a paladin who is sort of went through a little bit of a kerfuffle with his god and has sort of renewed his faith in his god.
Right.
But the party was having trouble figuring out where to find something. And so they knew that they could make a deal with what a lot of the party saw as an evil NPC to get help. And the paladin, for a lot of that game, was essentially begging the party to not make that deal. And he said, I don't know what else we can do, but please don't do this. I can't make this deal. I can't help you, do this task that this evil person wants you to do. And the party did it because they were like, we don't know what other choice we have right now. And so after they made the deal, which the paladin stayed out of the room while they were negotiating it, they came back and told the paladin, I'm so sorry, we've made this deal, we're going to do this thing. And so the paladin says, all right, I have to go then because I can't help you do this and I can't stop all of you from doing it. So I'm just going to take myself out of this situation. And then he left. So like the overarching kind of final quest that this campaign has been building up to, he's not going to be a part of it. And so the player, you did ask a question if like the player was leaving. The player is not leaving. So for the rest of that game yesterday, I gave him an NPC to play as.
Right.
But as of right now, and the party was sort of, asking him not to leave. But as of right now, he's just gone.
Okay.
And it's
Can I just say gold medal award goes to that player.
Right.
Gold medal award goes to that player. Fan-fucking-tastic. Perfect.
Yeah.
Look, it is not the player's fucking responsibility to make sure your narrative fits. No offense.
Yeah.
Your narrative can be whatever you had planned. And in particular, paladins, I think oftentimes soften the edges in order to make things more playable for everyone around them. He's not an adaptable person, right? He's a fucking paladin. They're kind of dicks.
Right.
I mean, they make things very complicated, but they are very strong and they are they're rigid, right?
I think that's part of the balance of playing a paladin is that they get, have you seen a paladin crit and then add their smite to the crit? Yeah. It's insane. That power comes from a god.
And it has rules.
And the god has rules. Paladins take oaths that they have to follow.
I think that there's a lot of wiggle room around what paladins are, and I know that this is unpleasant for a lot of new D&D people, but I think a paladin that is hard stuck to their oath is fucking incredible. Add to that the wrinkle that he already had a falling out once.
Yeah.
He's very attuned to the fact that he might not be in the right here and does not want to offend his god, right?
Yeah.
If you're a man of faith and you're certain something is wrong, your gut is telling you it's wrong, and doesn't matter how many people tell you that the opposite is right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like this play a lot, and as a DM, I think you need to reward the character
I think so
for that behavior. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Maybe his god messages him and warps him back in to some other spot to help with, I don't know, some particular subtask or something like that.
Hmm.
But I love this,
Yeah.
and there's no way you can let him sit out. It's just such a good play.
Oh yeah.
I just
It was certainly not something I expected. It was not something even the rest of the party expected because the paladin, before they made the deal, he didn't say, if you make this deal, I'm leaving. Because he didn't want to control the party in that way. He just said, please don't do this.
yeah.
I can't, you know, go along with this if you decide to help this person.
That dude gets the golden Kaeviir award. Like, I don't have one. I don't have a trophy or anything, but
Mhm.
he should get something for his trouble. That is such great role playing.
I think so too. It was
You know how hard
I
it
mean,
is to be like, I'm not going to be my character that I've been playing this whole time is not going to be in this last game. That
right.
is impossible a decision to make, especially if he's still at the table. It's not like he had like some argument with somebody and just walked his character out.
Right.
He's
Right.
still there as a player.
Yeah.
He just knows that the guy I was playing, if I'm being authentic to him, would not do this.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I think
That's excellent.
it definitely stems from when he was lower level, the party made a deal with an imp to
Yeah.
sort of get the easy way out of like getting getting access to a different NPC. And his paladin went along with it and made the deal with the imp. And then his god kind of, thumped him
What
on the
the hell are
nose
you
and
doing?
was like, "Hey, we don't do that because you've done that. This is now your punishment.
Yeah.
Like you still have your paladin powers. However, you have this new task that you have to do for me, and you will not be able to rest until this task
Yeah.
is complete." And I think that he he really thought about how that would affect his character because now at a higher level, here's another evil NPC who wants to make a deal with the party.
Yeah.
It's like the imp all over again, but
Yeah.
he's seen what happens when he does that.
Yeah, and it's not even about self-punishment. Maybe it's like a self-reflective thing where he was like, what's that saying? Allow a little evil
Hmm.
for the greater good. And
Yeah.
he's just like, no.
Mhm.
I love that. I think just high five him the next
Yeah.
time you see him. Tell him this is like impressed. That is a
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
that is a really good move. I like it so much.
I think I mean, like you said, it's such a hard decision to make when you know you're near the end of the campaign. And
Yeah.
this is your character that you made at the start of the campaign.
Yeah.
And
That's a self-sacrifice that isn't talked about. Like
Mhm.
people think about the idea of like a character throwing themselves on a grenade, so to speak.
Right.
Like sacrificing themselves to protect the party. And people do that, and it is always impressive when that happens. Like there's something amazing about that.
Yeah.
About watch me sacrifice this thing that I love in order for everyone else to continue going.
Mhm.
I love that so much. And the people who do it without a question, that's excellent to me.
Yeah.
You want to keep them around, but you can't because they're dead now. But like that's what makes it so good is that now everybody knows that player death saved them, and that becomes a thing, right?
Right.
I think we think about D&D parties oftentimes like they're bound to each other, like chained to each other, and they can't get away,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
But they can leave whenever they want.
Yeah.
This is this is not something you see very often. A player who's just like, my character could not do that.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to.
Yeah.
That
And
is
he
excellent.
he had sort of discussed it with the party a little bit before. He's like, "Look, I can't agree to this deal and then, not go through with it because that's breaking an oath. I can't make this deal and also go through with it because then I am helping
Yeah.
an evil person complete what I see as a terrible task."
Right.
Uh, and then what was also interesting was that the ranger in the party was sort of on the opposite end of that completely, where he was like, I think not only should we help this person, I am going to help them complete their task.
Yeah, I mean that's a perfectly rational thing too for a character that maybe doesn't have that type of alignment, right? Like I'm not saying that one decision in this is what makes it good role playing.
Right.
But just that all of the factors that led up to this being a precursor for this decision.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just good. And like especially for young players, they would never consider their character walking away. This guy feels like he inhabits that character in a way that is no notes, man. Perfect. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So, although now I am, of course, as DM, left with the task of what do I do?
Yeah, but you have time to plan it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, there's lots of different. I don't want to like talk about it on the intro, but man, I'm just impressed. That's a good thing.
I think it. Oh, go ahead.
And it also adds weight to everyone else that's in the game, right? Like, their decisions drove away a friend. How did they react to it?
Yeah.
Right? This is a stalwart companion who's with us the whole time. And he's saying that what we did is wrong. How do we react to it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know how Kaeviir reacts to it. You know, fucking religious people are gonna do what religious people are gonna do, man. Let's get on with this.
Right.
But some people might be shaken. Like some people are like, are we doing the right thing? I'm curious to see what the rest of the group does.
Yeah, me too.
Has there been any wiggle room at all from any of the other people about not doing it because their good guy friend said no?
When the paladin said I'm leaving, a lot of the party came up to him to try to get him to stay or to say, we're going to a really difficult fight. We could really use your help. Like we still have this other.
And he's still left.
And he's still left. Even though these people he's been traveling with and adventuring with, some of them he like in backstory since kind of grew up knowing. He's still left. He's still like, I cannot help you.
That's so good. I'm giddy and upset that I didn't get to be that guy. You ever see something so good you're like, man, that should have been mine. I should have done that. That's what this is.
I think so I don't want to go like too into like, this little campaign that I've been running for the past couple of years, but like as we're coming up on the end of it, it feels like the ending for a lot of the characters is going to be very bittersweet, and I feel like this really plays into that, is the fact that we're so close to completing our task. We have to make a deal with like another evil creature to get closer to our goal. And now one of our friends has left because, this was just the final straw for him. He couldn't do this, and he's not going to help us, fight. They know that they have to fight this monster that they had faced earlier, and it like completely wrecked them when they were all together.
Can I pitch you ideas for
I would love that.
Okay.
We'll
do it. We'll do it after. We'll do it after this. Like, give me a couple days to process, because I have one really cool idea, but it's not really fleshed out. But
okay, all right,
man.
Well,
MVP award for role play, top notch.
Yeah,
top notch. Excellent job. If he's listening, excellent job.
I was honestly very impressed. I did not see that happening. I thought it, maybe he would be like, I'm going to sit this part out, or,
I know there are some players, in particular, people with less experience, that get upset whenever anyone derails a campaign. But this isn't really derailing anything.
No.
The campaign's still going.
Yeah. He's still coming back, in a couple weeks when we play again.
Yeah, this is an authentic, totally justifiable, understandable, difficult decision to make. And I'm, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm so impressed. That's a very fucking difficult thing to do.
It really is.
It really is. Okay, so let's get to the episode.
All right.
Thank God this is not a Bard Company episode, because following that description of that performance,
Right.
We're the Bard Company. We're not a Bard Company this week. Thank God.
But if any listeners want to kind of chime in, like if they've done anything like that in a game, or if like
Yeah.
how they would react if like one of their adventuring companions left, I'd love to hear other people's impressions of,
Yeah.
how would you react if that happened in your game?
He's a paladin, man.
Yeah.
An old paladin, man, set in his ways. What are you gonna do? It's
Well,
authentic. It's authentic to the roleplay.
that is true.
I like it.
Well, this week we are back in Return to Ravenloft, Season 2, Episode 19, Give 'em the Finger.
Oh, great. Oh, great. Damn it. I gotta follow this fucking Oscar-worthy performance with Give Him the Finger. Okay. All right.
All right?
We'll get them next week.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure Rachel is high ready for us to actually start generating content she can use.
Actually, I ain't gonna lie. I've been
generate
wanting
That'd be
content.
great.
But you know what? But in relation to what we
we're
normally
talking
talk about,
Let's
Oh, yeah.
generate. Let's churn out some fucking episodes, right?
Yeah. I
I think
also-
it's important.
I'm going to wrap up just with Paizo's response to their blog post today.
Play
It was like,
Pathfinder.
no, it's like in regards to whether or not wizards would try and sue them, their blog post today has an answer. We believe any interpretation that the OGL was intended to be revocable is incorrect and with good reason. We were there when it was written.
Don't quote the old magics to me, bitch. I was there.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Bless.
And this is the image that now goes along with that.
Is Aslan?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, it's Aslan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't seen it. Is it
God, I
Aslan?
love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we have to
Round-
go kick the ass of 3 other fingers, right? I'm
Mm.
I'm assuming it's like
What?
these fingers, or is it these fingers? These
That.
fingers.
I'm so glad I found that clip that I showed you guys from Scrubs, because if I hadn't have shown it to you, I would have had to look it up right now.
All right. Let me.
Uh,
So,
let me know when we get down to this finger, and then we'll be just fine.
all right.
I think even though this is a podcast, I'm sure all of our listeners
No,
are
exactly.
aware of which finger you are indicating.
Yes,
It was this pinky.
Oh, 100%. Like, we don't have to. If they know us and listen more than an episode, they know what finger we're talking about.
I sure hope so.
And they know where I'm putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gross.
In your ear.
And we can video that. I'm kidding.
Onlyfans.com/freelance heroism.
Eroism. Freelance eroism.
Heroism.
Heroism. Okay, so we're still on the second floor.
Yeah.
Freelance erogism. You'll never hear us coming. You have to respect
No,
the
I
level
don't.
at
No.
which that joke was
There's
delivered.
no respect.
Right?
There's
Oh,
a
there's
snappy.
all
Zero.
respect.
It's
Zero
like when you
respect.
it's like when you watch a rogue gouge and then step back for a second and let their energy back before blinding right at the end of the cooldown. It was tempoed perfectly. Perfect 5 combo point kidney into kill. You're welcome.
Oh.
Yes.
You're welcome. So, where were we?
I'm assuming making our way down to the first floor now that we've
Okay.
cleaned house on the second.
Point of order. Can we stop saying making our way? Can we just say going to? Every
do you wanna
time
break out
I'm
into
Melissa
song?
Every
Branch.
time.
Every fucking time in my head, I go making my way downstairs.
I do the same
turn
thing.
left.
I do the same thing.
All right.
We should just get a sound effect. And just add it whenever someone says making a way. Just and eventually we'll just learn to not do it anymore.
So we were on the second floor. I believe Kess was going to check like the eastern side of it for try to find Fivin.
Okay.
All right. One. Okay, so you guys are still on the second floor. You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, we came down from the tower, which had a staircase straight down into the room that we're in, right?
Yes.
And the door was barred behind us by a magic lock.
You know, in looking at this very exquisitely detailed map that you put together, D-Walk, which is awesome, by the way. I commend you.
Mhm.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
I'm looking in the bathrooms, and there are like basins to wash your face in. There are bathtubs. What I don't see are toilets. And so are the wizards?
Buckets.
Well, I'm curious. Do we follow Hogwarts rules in this
Oh,
school as
no.
well, or I'm just
Poodoo porps.
I ain't gonna lie. I random generated the bathrooms.
you left on the Harry Potter check mark there when you did the feature. Okay. Oh,
It's a-
yeah.
that's what the Death Stone is.
It's a portal potty.
No, I'd love this goddamn software. I was happy I got on the Kickstarter for it.
So it looks like there are also stairwells at each of the other ends of
Mhm.
these wings.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. That
But Cass knows this location. She knows what she was told where he was, so we should follow her.
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, they said they weren't sure exactly where he was at. So
But
I
she
think
knew where his lab was, right?
yeah.
The lab's on the first floor.
Well, they said lab or
His room.
his room. Yeah, so that's where I'm going.
Okay.
I'll certainly follow to make sure everything's okay.
I will be
All
in
right.
the back. Because better for them to get shot first. Well, she don't even
All
know
right,
who
so-
she is, so maybe if she dies and we bring her back, then she'll come back
Yeah.
unjumbled.
I find I'm contractually obligated to walk in front of you. Okay.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Unless
Okay.
there's money in eye shot, and then you have to walk behind me.
Understood.
So, as you guys cross, or you guys head east, you guys make the L shape down because you know his room's down that way. The professors are up in the top, and the students were down at the bottom.
Mhm.
You guys find a number of dead bodies. You do, at the end of the hall, see 3 of the students still alive, and you see one of the instructors. Kess, you actually recognize the instructor as Cardina Lexington. She's actually one of the 3 board members.
Okay. Does she look injured?
She's rough for wear. You know,
Okay.
robes torn, burn marks, but she seems to be more focused on the students and them pretty much trying to keep them in one piece where they're at.
Okay.
As you guys around the corner, you do see all of them kind of stare up you at the 3 of you for a second, immediately fear, but once they realize you're not with the Shroud Walkers, they kind of calm down and they chill back out.
Okay. Be like, hey, it's me. I'll kind of look back at the other 2 so that way they know that I'm with these guys.
It's me, Castro.
Do have you guys seen Fivin?
Cardina stands. I don't. I have not seen him yet. No. He is here. I saw him yesterday, but since the attack, I haven't seen him up here.
Okay.
The bright side, no. So hopefully he's still alive. He doesn't. He does have an ability to survive the things he shouldn't. Normally because of you, but
Hmm.
he survives.
Well, I'm here now. All right. Well, there were a few bad guys in the hallway. We took care of them. Are you guys just hiding here?
Passion wounds.
Okay.
Trying to keep them alive.
I make no move to cast a healing spell.
No. She kind of looks past the two, past you at your two companions.
Mm.
She zeroes more in on Kaeviir for a moment and looks at him.
What's good, Toots?
You look a little young.
For what?
I don't know. You have a striking resemblance to someone that visited the Institute last year.
Master Kaeviir, the professional. I'm assuming she's talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Was I here? No.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
Not
Master Kaeviir, the professional.
you.
I'm gonna hold my hand out.
She walks over and shakes it. The name's the same, but you look almost 20 years younger.
Only 20. That's nice. That's nice of you to say.
So.
Hmm.
But
I'm taking the note in my mind, but I don't want to distract right
yeah.
now.
So.
All right. Well, they seem to be holding a arcane lock or force field or something upstairs with the death stone. So I don't know if you guys want to head up there or if you're staying here, but I'm trying to find Fivin.
In order to stay safe, let's all huddle around the Death Stone.
The warmth of the death stone will keep us safe.
Yes, putting everybody together in one concentrated area certainly couldn't be a bad thing for
Yeah, especially not surrounding an item called the
Death Stone. Yeah.
That's why I put all my flammable things next to my lighters.
Cardina nods.
Yeah.
Report.
No, it's like the video I sent of that guy. Like, well, all these guys are together from the NRA, and I got a drone, so I'm just going to push this button here. Now they're all dead.
Sort of feel like cheating.
So, Cardina nods. Like, it wouldn't be bad. Luckily, I'm pretty sure none of these rogues actually have the intelligence to activate the Death Stone or use it and actually know what it's for.
Well, that's good.
I seem to recall there being mentioned that they were making their way down to a vault underneath. I don't even know if the Death Stone is what they're after.
I'm pretty sure the Death Stone is not what they're after.
Oh no, the Theft Stone.
What do you think they are after?
One of them was torturing. She points over at one of the dead students. We weren't able to save him, but they mentioned they were the students they were capturing. They were torturing, asking about a book, dating the core history of the realms, the Dread Realms, deep in the history of it, the original.
Okay, hold on. Can we just pause for a second? They were looking for a book, and then you went dating the, and I was like, "Is a book on dating?" These versions are raiding a fucking capital, fucking institute in order to learn how to talk to women. Oh, and I'm gonna look at Rayne like, man, come on, guys.
They need to learn the ancient technique of negging.
By that world famous author, Andrew Taticus. Yes.
Oh no.
So they're after a history book. That seems odd.
I originally thought they were after the Crown of Souls in the vault, but
I have so many cool things here.
I know.
Well,
can I have some of them?
I'm trying to think in terms of, okay, so they're trying to look for a history book in terms of like the chronological. That doesn't seem very magical or powerful or anything to me. Is there anything particularly special about this book?
It predates most of Darkon and predates the most of the realms. We found it in the crypts.
Hmm.
And I mean crypts, I mean Aslan's crypts.
Was this something that Fivin found when he was poking around ruins?
He might have been on the expedition.
I wonder if he is headed downstairs to try to protect it.
If he knows that's what they're after, Fivin likes to protect things he collects
Hmm.
for the Institute. But they something I don't understand what the kid meant prophecy. I'm still trying to figure out because we haven't come across any prophecy in the ancient book. Of course, we also can't understand half of it. We've only been able to decipher probably a third of the book.
I just kind of shoot Kess a glance when the word prophecy comes out.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that book was there was someone else here interested in that book too.
Who?
2 years ago.
Do you know who?
Teenager. It was a teenager.
Teenager?
He had a bodyguard with him, red hair. He was extremely more adept in magic than we originally expected. But he had a he experimented more than the rest of us would allow. He was far outside the rules.
Did you get his name?
Trying to remember. Victor. I think Victor.
That's
Okay.
that's what I was
Spoke
afraid
like
of.
he was a noble.
Okay. Yeah. I might know who that is. But I don't think he's involved in what's happening right now.
No, no. He shook the Institute, almost summoning every undead in the place. It took 3 of us to put all the undead back.
Good to know.
And by 3 of us, me, the dean, and the other head of the board. I'm still trying to figure out how he did it at his age.
Well,
No, he's definitely not here. He's been raiding our safe house.
oh.
I am going to make sure that I have a blank face and play dumb when that statement is said.
Same.
Huh.
In the back of your minds, it has a slight kick that the Fraternity of Shadows is linked to the Institute, but not publicly and not out loud.
Did we actually determine whether or not we consider the Fraternity of Shadows to be let's say on the evil side of the alignment chart as opposed to the neutral or good? We
It
kind of
the safe house you found seemed to be a little on the darker side of the alignment chart.
A little bit, but also Kess isn't really the one to
Well, yeah,
No.
that is
I mean,
true.
consider sort
the
of
one
deep
thing is
moral quandaries.
the Braslavia Institute has always held a stance of they've always held a stance of neutrality and protecting magic.
Oh, so they're Switzerland.
The fraternity, on the other hand, has been known for shady and taking and keeping and locking up.
Oh, okay.
The fraternity likes to keep their secrets and not share them with anyone else and lock things away.
I see. So is there like a opposing force to the fraternity that's linked to the university? a yin to its yang, so to speak?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not many people actually realize that the fraternity's actually the power behind the university.
How far did you guys get while I was away?
We didn't go anywhere. We were just talking. A little
So
bit. So
Sorry
they
about
talked a
this,
little
Rachel.
more.
it's okay.
No, so they talked a little more. They found out that the same book was sought after by a teenaged mage that came in and shook the foundation with the undead, and he had a.
Right.
She claimed he had a red-headed bodyguard with him.
Right. Bodyguard. Rayne.
Yeah, but it took the dean and two others to actually completely try to calm down the undead he summoned to shake the place when he was there and whatnot.
Natural. He's a
So,
natural.
but and then we paused. So, oh, the other thing is in case you missed they're pretty sure Fivin found the book that everyone's been looking for. They've maybe only decoded a third of it. They haven't been able to decode 2/3 of it. And they're not sure. Two other things. They're not sure what the heck the student that was tortured, what because he kept blubbering prophecy before he died, and they're not sure what that has to do with the book because they haven't decoded any kind of prophecy in the book.
Right.
And also, she mentioned that Victor had a tendency for nabbing their safe houses, which left a slight connection in the back of their minds that the fraternity shadows is actually behind the institute unknowingly.
Nate.
Yes.
Hold on, just prepping this real quick.
That
What?
scares me. He just got talking done about discharging. Now he's going to prep Nate.
Nate, when he said decode, I noticed a flick of a expression on your face when he said the word decode. I think that the word decode in your mind flashed a memory or scene or something just for a second. What's the first thing you think of when you think decode?
The first thing that comes to my mind when I think,
Just be honest.
As a player or a character?
As a person, as Nate.
When I hear the word decode, that is translating something.
No, not to define it. What do you think of when you hear the word decode? I noticed your reaction.
I see what you're saying. What do I think of when I think of the word decode?
Yeah.
Strangely, Ovaltine.
Rachel, what did I message you before this?
Drink more Ovaltine.
I saw the expression on his face, and I was like, no, wait. He did you have even a hint of that? Did you jump to that in your mind?
I actually didn't, and I'm trying to remember why I even had a response. But I mean, with respect to the phrase decode, that word I linked together with the scene from A Christmas Story, and
right.
Yeah,
drink more Ovaltine. Right.
Drink more Ovaltine.
And I knew that was my suspicion of what was going on in your mind. And I just, anytime I get a chance to flex my fucking ability to read people, I like to do it for Rachel. And I'm like, hold on 1 second. I'm like, wait for it.
Oh, it's cute. You show up for your girlfriend. So, yeah, it's up to you guys which way you guys are gonna head now, or what the next plan is.
Yes, you know this place better than any of us.
Well, I think that maybe if these people are after the book that's in the vault, I think that it's possible that Fivin was there in its discovery, since they found it in the crypts. That's a big thing that he likes to do, is check the old ruins and crypts and stuff for old Darkon history. I kind of tune out when he talks about it. It's kind of boring. But Fivin might be in the vault, or at least heading in that direction. So I think that's where we should go.
Deal. Let's go.
All right.
Plan to me.
I didn't want to interrupt what you were saying, but when you were like, I don't know, I don't listen to him, I just tune that out. I'm like, I'm sorry, were you saying something?
All right. I guess we're going to head. Let's see. Downstairs would be first floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then from first floor, we'll go to vault, although I assume we will be intercepted before that happens.
Well, and we've got two paths we can go, so we can double back to the kind of like the lounge area that's there by those main stairs, or there does appear to be like the spiral staircase here at the end of the hallway that we're at. I don't know which would be better.
Well, it depends on how far into the building it is. We try to take the one that's the closest descent, right?
Can we get any sense from being in that end of the wing as to whether or not we hear a lot of commotion downstairs coming up through that spiral staircase?
Well,
Go ahead and roll me perceptions.
are you sure you want this heat? 27.
We're not even going to
Alright.
talk about what I rolled.
All right.
20.
Well, as Mr. Trichet,
Remember
just-
that finger.
Yep. As he's contemplating the sounds of the walls, the
Yeah.
other two of you, you do hear echoes from down there, but not the clink of metal, not the sound of battle from that area, and the more sounds of spells are coming down from the center below.
Either way, if the location that we're heading to is on the opposite side from the descent point, we're gonna have to go through that location anyway. So we might as well skip all of the other wing of the building, right?
Well, I just thought in terms of, do you want to descend directly into the shit, or do you want to have a bit of an advantage to approach it from the side?
I mean, sometimes the chaos of something going on isn't better cover than any.
Sure. I just asked the question as to if we could determine which was the noisier point, and then
Right.
let strategic minds prevail, because apparently mine is full of tapioca pudding right now.
The descent point is a staircase, correct? Is it a bent staircase? Does it go one way and then turn back on itself, or is it just one solid descent?
The closest one next to you is a spiral that goes down.
Right.
Each of the end of the hallways has a spiral, and the center has the descent.
Right. So the
Yeah.
center is where we heard the noise from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That one, does it have cover on the way down the stair?
It's about as much cover as what you guys had. It's two staircases. It's about as much cover as you guys had it going to the next, this floor. From the one above.
From the previous one. Okay, so there'll be
Mhm.
a point where if we crouch low, we can see them, and they wouldn't be able to see us very clearly unless they were really paying attention.
Seems reasonable.
Crouch low, that means our strike zone would be very tiny, right? I can go ahead and scout up ahead. I'll stealth and then take a look ahead, and so I can get an eye on the situation before we descend.
Okay.
Which staircase? You guys going for the one in the center or the one?
The one in the
In
center, the
the-
one with all the noise.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll that stealth check for you,
All right.
yeah. 31.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. I can't roll bad. It just doesn't happen for me. Hey, you had a pretty good roll too. Jesus, thank.
Page 87. What the hell?
Yeah. Apparently now I can roll.
All right. Okay, so I guess the out of the two staircases that are going down to the next floor, which one are you choosing?
The main one that has all the sound coming up from it.
No,
So we can-
there's two of them right next to each other.
any
there.
distinguishable difference?
Those two.
Right. Is there any distinguishable difference on sight from the top?
Not really,
There's no smoke
unless you have
coming up
OCD
one,
and realized I left an extra like 5-foot line in the middle of it, so I didn't actually make it completely, which pissed me off after I had everything made. I was like,
All right, let's go. If right is left, then left is right. Let's go left.
okay. You go down to the first, or you don't go down. At the bottom of it, you do see a set of pillars that run along the center to the front door. You see a lot of the window, or you can see a lot of the windows that are busted and whatnot. You can see the flash of spells in the
In
front.
or out?
Outside, you're inside, and you can see from outside this flash of spells.
No,
You
I'm
see.
asking the I'm sorry. While
Oh,
I'll just stop you at the point where I need confirmation. When we're coming down the stairs, the
yes.
things are exploded into the center of the room in front of us or outward
No.
towards the outside.
You're seeing explosions outside.
Right. You said
You're
the
seeing the
windows
light.
and
The
stuff had
oh
exploded. Had they gone
oh
in or out?
oh, those explosions are in.
Okay, so the stuff was happening outside that blew them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
No worries. You see a couple of the more armored individuals braced up against the wall, looking outside, and at the bottom of the stairs, at bottom of each of the stairs, you see one of the more studded leathers, kind of sitting there camping with a crossbow, aiming, keeping an eye at the top of the stairs. They haven't spied you yet, but
Okay. Are
those are
based
not
on
students.
okay. I'm going to bow sneak attack the first one.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll on initiatives.
And this is
No, you get your sneak attack, but go ahead and give me a roll for initiatives.
18.
Okay.
15.
All right.
And 20.
Ooh.
All right. Surprise round.
All right, surprise round, sneak attack, but I'm gonna do the long arm of the law. It's actually not that yet. That's an 18. Don't tell me if I hit yet. Man. He's in studded leather. Let's do some calculations. Studded leather uses a crossbow means probably Dex class, right? That means 3 points generally for the armor. That means he has to have an 18. Unlikely. I think an 18 hits. I'm gonna say let it ride, 18.
The results of the DNA test, you hit.
Ha! That's why you play Kaeviir.
Kaeviir, you are the father.
While the arrow's traveling in the air, I'm like, that's not a very good shot. But due to the way that he's leaning on his left heel, and also the positioning by which he holds that weapon, and the weapon choice itself is a heavier weapon that reduces dex input, I'm going to say that that's a hit. And then the arrow hits, and I'm like, confirmation. All right. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll that die, that damage die, using my
Lucky.
piercer. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll that die 6. So it's a plus 7. That's a total of 11. Oh, no, it's not 12. Sorry. And then the sneak attack. That'll be 31 damage.
All right. Yeah, you let it loose. You know it's gonna hit. It hits. It gives you confirmation. It actually sinks dead into the chest and drops the guy there at the end of the stairs.
Did he make any noise? How quick did it kill him? Is more what I'm asking. Since it was
It was instant. Yeah, no, instantaneous.
Did he go or did it blend in with the soundscape of the chaos around him?
I'm coming,
I don't know.
Elizabeth.
Roll me a D100.
Oh,
Oh.
Here come the
roll these.
percentile dice. Here come the percentile die.
55. Right in the middle. Right in the middle.
Say that again.
55.
All right. He goes down. Any noise that he could have made is negated by the sounds of the battle going on. The guy on the opposite set of the stairs is looking up more intently at the other set of stairs than he actually is paying attention to the fact that the guy 10 feet from him just died.
Well, he doesn't know that yet because it's chaotic.
No, that's what I'm saying. His focus is on the top of the stairs and making sure no one comes down that stairs without catching a bolt.
I wonder if I could quick change to look like kind of what this guy looks like.
Aren't
And then just
you?
be standing next to him, like,
Oh, you're like you're not a child anymore, right? You're like you're
yeah, I'm in the 20s.
the early 20s. Okay.
Well, you do have a few dead bodies up there around you, or on that floor you guys are on, the dressed similar.
But I didn't hear him talk, so I wouldn't be able to replicate his voice. I think probably the smarter move is just have one of the teammates go assassin kill the guy on the other side. Nate had a good sneak. Anyway, I'll let you guys decide what the move is. Cass comes
Top.
barreling down the stairs with a war charge.
Top of the round is Nate.
You are contractually obligated to one-shot kill the other guy.
Is that how that works?
And if you don't, there are going to be penalties. There will be penalties.
Oh, I've already used it. I can't use it again. Crap. It's good. I just want to walk up to someone and go pocket water. Just freak them out. I'm not ranged, and so that's the problem. Is that yes,
You had a 26 stealth.
Yeah, so
you can't walk downstairs unvisually seen with the cover of combat going on around you and stab the guy in the back of the head?
against somebody who is staring intently at the top of said stairs looking for
Other
any
staircase. Go down the staircase I was going down. Walk over to him behind him.
You want me to go that way? I didn't think about that.
That's why I'm here. I'm
Yeah,
going to teach you how to rogue.
Okay.
Teach me how to roguey. Teach me how to roguey.
Yeah, I guess I'll sneak down and see if I can stab this guy in the ass.
While the ass is a good target for some kills, I would suggest his throat.
Okay. All right. I mean, either way, we're not playing cold shots, so I don't.
I mean, I'll be
really
honest with you. If you
No.
stab a dude hard enough in the ass, he probably just leaves. He probably just goes home. I
Man.
can't imagine being stabbed in the ass and wanting to continue fighting. I'm just done.
Worst case scenario, dude, he could have butt muscles like these.
Ooh.
Dude, and he grabs your knife and twists it and pulls it out.
Right?
Disarmed.
Does this mean Rachel has to leave in the whole story about his butt muscles in the smoke?
Oh no. No.
I think you should. For context.
Oh.
All right. So I will go down and I will attempt.
Little bit of chaos.
D-Walk continuity maker.
Do I, because of my stealth check, do I get advantage on this roll or
You
What was
get
your stealth
2
check?
rolls.
26?
Technically, you have an advantage. Yeah. Well, yeah, you make it down the stairs all the way.
Oh shit!
Oh, but this is what's great. That's a crit.
Oh,
Oh boy!
That is a roll of 19, and thanks very much to not defensive duels.
yeah. No, you took that fighter away.
Yeah. What the hell is
Champion.
that called? Yes.
Yeah, you've
so
expanded your threat range.
uh-huh.
So if you stab him in the butthole now, maybe it might be a good move. You
I am
get
here
double
to-
dice rolls on sneak attack.
I'm here to perform your colonoscopy.
You get to
all right.
double your sneak attack dice, dude.
Okay, so
Yeah.
double the damage.
Double the dice, not
Double the
Or
dice.
double the dice, right? Okay, so 2, so that is now 2d8 plus 6, so 8. Okay, so 18 points from the initial attack,
And the biggest sneak attack you've ever seen.
plus 9, plus 11, so 20 more on top of that.
Oof.
And that's just my first attack.
So
Is he dead?
give me a total here.
Okay, so the grand total would be let's see, 38.
He's speechless.
Did you hit 28 exactly?
No, I was on my second iced coffee and I'm burping it up now.
Oh.
Gross. I like the idea of a cube coming up.
Thinking about doing another one, but I want to sleep after game.
Sleeping's for rookies.
Damn straight. No, you kill him. You kill him good. You come up, and what's your weapon of choice this moment?
A rapier. I basically slice him open from butt to brains.
Yeah,
Oh.
pretty much, dude. When you said colonoscopy, dude,
You
it
give
went
him a
in one
shrimp
end and out the
cleaning.
other.
He's been deveined.
Yep.
I have
Oh, yeah,
butterflied
no.
my enemy.
100%. Never saw you coming.
Never saw me coming. Okay.
Never heard you coming either.
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, shoot. I mean, well, that's really all I can do then.
All right.
Like,
Pretty good.
Can I at least get a chance to get a good survey on what the hell else is going on now that I'm downstairs? And
Oh,
I've
yes.
shish kebabbed this poor
Against
man.
the wall, you can see the two armored that are looking outside that
Okay.
haven't caught wind of you yet.
Yet.
And around the corner of the stairs that are tucked in, you see a white dragonborn standing, kind of pacing at the door, kind of in that little cubbyhole area.
Okay.
You recognize the white dragonborn as Vito Genovese.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm dragging it over here.
So
uh,
that's the one, right? Yep.
all right.
No, yeah, no, that's the one.
All right. So he is one of the 3 remaining fingers.
Yeah. Not yep. And for being
Sorry,
a
I'm a little-
dragonborn, you also know he's very fast.
Yeah. Yeah. And probably pretty big.
Oh yeah, no, he stands a little taller than you.
Yeah, so basically this is about to turn into a water Pokemon versus fire Pokemon fight. Is what
Yes,
I'm hearing.
it is.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, being a white dragonborn is going to turn into an ice against water Pokemon.
Oh shit, you're gonna lose.
I'm gonna lose. I'm going to lose. Rayne uses rapier.
Well,
It's
wait a
not
minute.
very
If
effective.
he's a dragon type, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
well, you're not dragon type, so
No,
then
I'm
he doesn't
not.
get more X advantage, so you're good.
Yeah. All right.
If he
okay.
hit himself, though, it'd be really bad. Because ice is 4x. This is
All
a
right.
Pokemon joke. Never mind.
All right,
Irrelevant.
Kess, you're up.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
All
no,
right.
I'm sorry. Kaeviir at the top of the stairs. Then it'll be Kess.
Okay.
Kess had the 15.
The armor guys facing out for window. How far away are they from the dragon guy?
Shit. Give me a second.
And how far? Based on my understanding of this building, out of the windows is to the surface, or is it like a drop?
No, you guys are actually on the ground floor, or you guys are going to the ground floor. Out the doors is actually the ground floor.
So out the window, if I were to push them out the window, they wouldn't fall. They would just go and be on the outside.
Yeah. The stairs go down 30 feet, then it's another 30 feet to the door where the two armored ones are. The white dragon dragonborn is tucked in on the east side on that little kind of area where that little hallway goes off.
In the last game, we heard them talk for a little while, right? They were conversing with each other while we were fighting them, correct?
You heard the fingers talk.
Right. There was one of them that was a gnome, one of them that was a dwarf, and what was the other guy?
Just the 2 fingers you guys ran into was the
Yeah.
gnome and the dwarf.
Yep. 2 down. 3 to go.
Wasn't there another person who was larger?
They mentioned his uncle.
Yeah.
Well, and we fought multiple people, right?
Yes, you
They
guys
had
fought.
some other soldiers there as well, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you guys fought a few of the leathers and a few of the armors.
Okay. And they were conversing with the fingers while they fought.
Not really, because the time the fingers showed up, they were pretty much almost dead. There was like 1 or 2 left. It
Dwarf
was
is
more
still
the
considered medium.
Hmm?
Dwarf
Yes,
still considered...
dwarves are still considered medium.
All right. And I heard him talk, so I can unerringly mimic his voice. Can I do a dwarf? Could I? I could do a dwarf.
Hey, yo.
Well, I mean, nothing's stopping you but the dice.
All right. Let's try it. I'm gonna do. Let me just see what I come up with.
Rachel's ignoring me and Nate's laughing at me.
All right. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. All right. So what am I rolling here to get this attempt at being shorter than I am?
You talking about disguise wise?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Performance?
Oh, please stop me.
no. This come down to deception.
Ah.
I mean, with being 5th edition and being
Okay. Well,
I guess you can. I mean, performance be part of it, but
Well, it's the same roll,
um,
so either way.
yeah,
it's fine.
yeah. I mean, it's charisma and knowing Kaeviir, he has them both marked as skills, if not both of them.
I have deception
on-
and performance marked as skills. Yeah.
And are they also are they your elevated skills as a rogue or
They are not. No.
okay?
Yeah.
That's probably persuasion and something else.
Yeah. Charisma.
Investigation, perception, sleight of hand, stealth. Yeah.
Yeah. Typical situations include trying to fast talk a guard, con a merchant, earn money through gambling, pass yourself off in a disguise, dull someone's suspicion with false assurances, or maintain a straight face.
I'll take a 10
Huh.
on that roll, plus 9, plus 1 for the stone. So 20.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pretend to be wounded so that if anything that comes off as a little off, because I didn't have a whole lot of time to watch him, like the way he walks or something like that, I'm gonna pretend like I'm wounded, so I walk with a limp and I'm holding myself.
Okay.
So that way anything that comes off a little weird might be an artifact of me being injured.
All right. All I'm gonna say is you're lucky I rolled an 18 and he has nothing to buff his intelligence or wisdom. I was stoked when I saw the 18 on my die, and I was like, "Fuck!"
so I'm
That's how
walking
the
in,
cookie crumbles.
and I'm gonna look back at everyone before I go in. I'm gonna wink at him and be like, "All right, I'm gonna distract him." Oh my god! They're closing in behind us.
The Dragonborn turns its head and looks up.
They've taken the back.
The mages?
Yeah, the other's down.
Ha! Fucking gnome.
He's down.
He ran his
Almost
mouth the whole time he died.
Yeah, you know him.
All right. What got you?
Some sort of artifact weapon.
The Dragonborn just kind of looks at you like, "Oh, this isn't good."
It's big. It's really
Oh.
big.
Bigger than me?
Much bigger. We've got to go.
Trisha ain't gonna go. You better get yourself patched up or he'll leave you to die like the others.
Can I get a hand? I'm like really dragging now. I'm gonna do like a cough up kind of blood situation.
Yeah. I'm not a healer.
I just need. I'm gonna go down to one knee. I'm gonna do. Is anyone approaching me? Like to help?
No, it's not their turn yet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait, but I do want to prep a sleight of hand.
Okay. So you're down at the bottom of the did you make it all the way down the stairs or how far are you going down the
I'm
stairs?
in the room with them, in the middle of the room with them.
Okay, Nate's still hidden.
Okay, that was what I was going to ask. Was that because
No,
I had
I'm
come
gonna no, I'm gonna have you still behind the pillar and
okay.
Rayne's just holding the dead body of the guard, slowly taking his rapier out.
I've just got this large piece of large intestine on my rapier. It's just like I just stand. It's like the guy who puts the lampshade on his head. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull right now.
I like you just wobbling it, trying to get the pieces off. Like,
all right, Kess, what are you doing?
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon. By supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail.
Just ask Nate.
Hola.
Hey,
Hey.
Hola. Boy, look at
Como-
you. You're real like cohesive today.
Yeah, it's fucking
Okay.
cold.
You got
Oh.
top blue, you got top blue, medium blue. You got bottom blue on?
You almost don't even believe you're in Texas.
You'll
You
never
got
know.
bottom blue on?
I have no
Motherfucker.
bottom.
This motherfucker looks like he's sitting on the bench at the game.